So Coinbase is one of the biggest brokerage platforms in the world. Just to give you an idea, there are 56 million accounts on Coinbase. To give you a reference point, Robinhood, which is super popular and is just blew up last year, it has about 12 to 13 million accounts. Fidelity and Robinhood combined don't meet what Coinbase is when it comes to the number of accounts opened. Hey, if you really like this video, please hit the subscribe button and the like button, definitely the like button. I really appreciate it. Just so, also a side note, this is just purely educational. This is not advice. And the question is, how has this all happened? This has all happened because of the network effect. It's about people, individuals who have adopted cryptocurrency, Bitcoin in particular, and they have all come together. They have rallied around this, and Coinbase being one of the first platforms that you could buy crypto on, and honestly one of the easiest to do it, is the first to go public, and it's going to be humongous. The question is, how big is this public offering going to be? It's first quarter of 2021. They added 13 million accounts. I mean, the whole crypto thing is taking off in the last 3 months. The explosion in the 13 million accounts that have signed up by Coinbase it's humongous. I mean, that's the size of what Robinhood has in total. And Coinbase got 13 million just in the last 3 months. To give you an idea what earnings look like for Coinbase, the last 3 months, the first quarter of this year, it's projected $730 million to $800 million in earnings on revenue of $1.8 billion. This is a company that has not, up until recently, been adopted by the big institutions. And what I mean by that is the big pension funds, mutual funds, hedge funds. The hedge funds have been the first to adopt crypto, and we saw that with Paul Tudor Jones back in March of last year, where he allocated 1% to 2% of his overall assets, which he at the time projected $44 billion in assets under management, to crypto, in this particular case, Bitcoin. Well, you can imagine back in March of last year, it was about $7,000 a coin for Bitcoin. Today, we're up over $60,000. That has become a big part of his portfolio, along with other people and other institutions who have adopted crypto as a part of their overall portfolio. Their revenues are projected to be 2 times what last year's earnings were. 2 times in the first quarter of this year. It's that institutional adoption. It's the public offering of Coinbase. It is the excitement and just, out of your mind, like this is going to change the world kind of idea that is really grabbing on to Coinbase and cryptocurrency in general. One of the things that's working against Coinbase is that 96% of their revenue comes from fees. Those are fees that are charged to you when we purchase a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin or Ethereum or Cardano or Monero. You're charged a fee. Now, there are 2 different platforms on the Coinbase universe. There's the basic Coinbase app that you download onto your phone, and they charge actually a higher fee than the cryptocurrency or the Coinbase Pro actually does. So if you're an active trader in Coinbase and you're using active trader in crypto and you're using Coinbase, the one you probably should be trading on is the Coinbase Pro. To give you a reference point of what these fees look like, there's another platform out there called Kraken. It's not publicly offered yet, but to give you an idea what the fees cost on Coinbase, if you were to purchase $100 worth of, say, Bitcoin in this case, you would pay $3.49 for that trade. On Kraken, you would pay $1.50 for a $100 trade of Bitcoin. So it's a significant difference. But the question is, does it really matter for Coinbase? Or is it just purely the excitement that cryptocurrency is coming to the center stage and is coming via Coinbase with its public offering. It's one of the biggest brokerage platforms to trade cryptocurrency, and it's been celebrated as the leader on that side of things. So what this comes down to is this a long-term play or is this a short-term trade? The answer I have is, I don't really know. The way I'm approaching this is I will buy a portion of my portfolio in the Coinbase offering on Wednesday. My feeling is that it will, like a lot of IPOs over the last year, they have gotten excitement and a lot of hype, and they went straight up, and then within a week, 2 weeks, they've come down and retraced by 30 to 50%. I don't doubt that this would be one of those trades where Coinbase goes public. Probably, I've heard estimates of $400 to $500 a share. It jumps, possibly even, who knows, where it goes in the beginning, but it possibly will retrace. I believe in the long run, Coinbase is going to have some struggles and some headwind because of its costly fees. I mean, we've all gotten used to no fees when it comes to trading. If it's on Robinhood or TD Ameritrade or Charles Schwab, you're not paying any more fees. You know, they're zero now. But now on Coinbase, you are paying fees. And on these other brokerage platforms, you're also paying a fee for every transaction. It's a question of how much are you being charged for and how much are you willing to pay. I think in general, the overall excitement for the Coinbase offering on Wednesday is going to pump the stock up. I'm going to jump in early, hopefully get a good price and get a good run up. But I'm looking at this more as a trade, less than a 3-week holding. I want to make some money in the short term. In the long term, more than 3 weeks or longer, I'm looking at this maybe as a buy on a retracement, get a quarter of earnings under its belt, and then buy dollar cost average into it as a long-term trade. But who knows? I mean, the fundamentals are, the fundamentals are they're pricey. I mean, it's a 90, price to earnings ratio of a roughly 90. It's a pricey stock, but I think it's the hype, it's the excitement, and it's, I believe it's probably what Tesla was to the electric car market when it came out and went public, and all the hype of it over the last 12 months. I believe Coinbase is probably the same thing for cryptocurrency. And I love cryptocurrency. I own a big chunk of it, both Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano at this point. And I'm learning more and more that it's not about the currency element, but the technology element and the decentralization of finance. And in my opinion, this is just the beginning, a second inning of a 9-inning game that could go into overtime. But Coinbase is one of those stocks that I'm going to jump in and be a part of, because at the end of the day, I just don't want to be one of those, man, I wish I had just hit the market order, bought it at the open, and watch it run. So you need to determine on what your risk tolerance is and what you're willing to do and what your game on this is. How are you going to play this? For me, it's a trade. I'm looking to make some money in the short term, but in the long term to see where this goes and how it works out. For you, that may be different. If it's a long-term trade, consider maybe just waiting for it to pull back. Many of the hyped up IPOs here recently have done just that. Skyrocketed and came back down to earth, came back down to reality. But that's up to you. You need to make those decisions. Your portfolio, your investment style is yours, and mine is mine. And at the end of the day, this is just about having a lot of fun and making money while we're having a good time.